Is Vivo Z1 Pro the best phone that you can buy under 15,000 rupees? Now that's the question I'm gonna answer for you in this video. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I will be reviewing the Vivo Z1 Pro after 1 week of usage. Now this is the latest phone from Vivo and the first online exclusive phone from Vivo to fight against brands like Xiaomi, Realme and many other brands that sell phones exclusively online. So this phone has been priced pretty aggressively and packs a lot of cool features that you normally don't see on a regular Vivo phone. So for starters, this phone is available in 3 variants. Base variant is priced just at 15,000 rupees for the regular 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 17,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. And the final variant is priced at 18,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Now that's a lot. I think base variant should also be good enough, as this phone also comes with a dedicated SD card slot. Now let's start the review with the design and build. This phone is available in 3 colors: Mirror Black, Sonic Black and Sonic Blue, and this is how the Sonic Blue color looks like. It has a 3D curved fiberglass on the back with a cool reflective pattern, which obviously looks pretty cool. At the top you get the triple camera setup with a single LED flash followed by the fingerprint scanner. At the bottom it just has the Vivo branding. On the front you get that massive display with the punch hole design and earpiece at the top. On the right side it has the power button and the volume buttons made of metal and have a nice clicky feel to them. At the top it is completely plain. On the left side you get the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. That's followed by a dedicated button for Google Assistant. And finally at the bottom you get the 3.5mm audio jack, primary microphone, micro USB charging port and the mono speaker. Now this phone weighs 205 grams and has a thickness of 8.9mm. In-hand phone fits pretty comfortably thanks to that 3D curve on the back. Now the phone is definitely heavy, but because of good weight distribution, after a week of usage, I got used to it. Now it's manageable. All the buttons are easy to reach and have a nice clicky feel to them. Even the fingerprint scanner is placed at a very convenient position. It has a matte finish to it, nice dip to it, and easily accessible to the index finger. Overall, there are no flaws in terms of design and build. I just wish it was a bit lighter and thinner. Now in the hardware department, this phone comes with all the basic sensors, so basically nothing's missing. Just like all the previous Vivo phones, fingerprint scanner on this phone is super fast, like it unlocks the phone in a split second. Now this phone also has the face unlock feature and even that is pretty fast. In good lighting conditions, it is as good as the fingerprint scanner, and even in low lighting conditions, it is super fast. Now this phone also supports dual SIM with Dual LTE. It even has native video calling support. I have used this phone with Airtel and Jio for almost a week. So far I didn't face any issues with call quality or signal reception. This phone also has a dedicated SD card slot, which some phones like Redmi Note 7 Pro are missing, so that's an advantage. Now this phone also has a dedicated button on the left side for Google Assistant, which can be configured in 3 ways. We can configure it for single click, double click or even long press. Right now we can do very little with it. I just use it to trigger Google Assistant and to open Google search. I hope Vivo could add more features to it. Now finally, haptic feedback on this phone, on the haptic engine, is kinda okay. It's not great, not bad. It's just okay and definitely usable. Now coming to the display, this phone sports a 6.53-inch IPS display with Full HD Plus resolution with the new 19.5:9 aspect ratio. It has smaller bezels all around, and along with that punch hole design, it gives it 90.77% screen to body ratio. So that's pretty great. Now the display on this phone is definitely the most highlighting feature about this phone, and this is also the first phone to sport a punch hole design under 15,000 rupees. And yes, it does look quite good and quite premium, especially while playing games or watching videos. That hole looks great. Besides that, even the picture quality looks pretty good. Colors are slightly to the warmer side, but the display still looks pretty good, especially for watching videos. Sunlight legibility and viewing angles are good, and even the auto brightness sensor is working pretty well. So once again, in the display department, there are no complaints. Now the next best thing about this phone are definitely its cameras. This phone sports a triple camera setup on the rear with a 16 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and finally a 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing or to take portrait shots. On the front, inside that punch hole design, you get a 32 megapixel front facing camera. These are some sample shots. I'll be making a dedicated video for the camera review, so check that out for more information. But here's the gist. Cameras on this phone are really good. In some cases better than Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Realme Pro, which are its biggest contenders. Especially front camera on this phone is definitely better than most other phones under 15,000 rupees. Now these are some portrait shots taken using the rear camera. On this phone, we can actually change the amount of background blur effect we want before taking a picture, and even after taking a picture, we can change the focus point and blur effect. Edge detection isn't perfect, but still pictures look pretty good. Now for video recording, we can record video in 1080p and 4K resolution, but electronic image stabilization only works in 1080p, and the footage looks quite stable. Now for front camera video recording, there is no electronic image stabilization, but the audio quality while recording video is quite good. Here's a quick sample. So guys, this is the sample footage recorded using the front-facing camera of Vivo Z1 Pro, and audio is from the phone itself, so check out the noise cancellation and stabilization offered by the phone. And I'll be just walking around so you can check out the stabilization offered by it, and you can also hear the ambient noise. Now along with all these things, this phone also comes with a wide-angle camera, and these are some sample pictures. Unlike some phones, on this phone we can also record video using the wide-angle camera, so that's pretty great. Now this is a sample footage recorded using the wide-angle camera in 4K resolution, and the audio is from the phone itself once again. So guys, on the whole, cameras are really good on this phone and definitely worth the price. Redmi Note 7 Pro and Realme 3 Pro definitely give a good competition, but this phone still does a better job in many areas, and you also get that extra wide angle camera, so I think it's totally worth it. Software used to be the downside of Vivo in the past. It's still a drawback, but better than before. This phone is currently running FunTouch OS 9.0 based on Android 9.0, that's Android Pie, with June 1st security patch. Now with the new FunTouch OS, it has got a new control center, which once again looks like iPhones. It also got a new dark mode, new fingerprint gestures to take pictures and pull down the notification bar, a new game mode which brings in a lot of features for PUBG fans. You got voice changer, game countdown, 4D vibration and 3D surround sound. Now all these features are just for PUBG. When I first opened the box, most of these features didn't work, or at least I couldn't make them to work. But after the latest update, all these features are working. On the whole, software experience has been pretty good. There are no issues, there are no stutters or any kind of lag. Everything is very well optimized. If this is your first time looking at a Vivo phone, the new control center and the blank notification bar are the only two new things. Rest of the things are same as all other Android phones. I just changed the default launcher and the keyboard application, and now it looks like any other Android phone. So on the whole, software experience is pretty good if you can just live with that control center. Now talking about performance, this phone sports a Snapdragon 712 processor with Adreno 616 GPU, and this is also the first phone to come with a Snapdragon 712 processor in India, and that too at a base price of 15,000 rupees. So that's all pretty great. Now these are the Antutu and Geekbench scores for a quick reference. Now just like the benchmark scores, overall performance has been pretty great. Gaming experience, whether it's PUBG or Asphalt 9, have been great. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. Because of the overall OS optimization and good memory management, even the regular usage has been pretty smooth. So to sum it all up, this phone definitely packs in a lot of performance. It's a great value for money, and it is definitely more powerful than any other phone in this price segment. Now for the audio department, this phone comes with an audio jack and a mono speaker at the bottom. Audio experience via headset was pretty good. There was nothing bad to talk about. And even the speaker quality or the speaker loudness itself was also pretty good. Here's a quick audio sample from the speaker. Now the final thing to talk about this phone would be the battery life. This phone sports a massive 5000 mAh battery, supports fast charging and comes with an 18 watts fast charger, which Vivo likes to call dual engine fast charging. Now the battery life on this phone is really awesome. I was able to use this phone for more than 2 days on a single charge, and on average I got more than 7 hours of screen on time. Now there are some more additional settings on this phone like the super saver mode, auto start permissions and background app permissions. So if you tweak these settings, you can further improve the battery life. By the way, this phone takes about 2 hours to charge the phone completely from 0 to 100%. So guys, to conclude, Vivo Z11 Pro is definitely the best phone under 15,000 rupees, and it puts a pretty close competition, in fact a much better competition for phones like Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Realme 3 Pro. I think this phone has only 3 major issues. First one would be the thickness and the weight, but considering the battery size, that's okay. It has only wideband L3 support, so you can't watch high definition videos on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but considering the screen size, standard resolution should also be good enough. And the third thing would be no camera 2 API. Now that's going to be a problem if you are planning to use Gcam application, but stock cameras or the stock camera application is pretty good, and right out of the box it does deliver you some pretty good results. So I think the cons are there, but they're manageable or ignorable. So considering that, at a price tag of 15,000 rupees, I can definitely recommend you this phone over phones like Redmi Note 7 Pro or the Realme 3 Pro right now. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let us know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. By the way guys, if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.